119番です。火事ですか？救急ですか? What do you say? Do you even know what they just asked you? Today we're talking about emergency calls, 110 and 119. What they're for, when to call which one, and what to say when someone picks up. And a few more things that most people living in Japan don't know until they need them. Because the moment you most need Japanese is the moment your brain completely goes blank. And the gap between knowing Japanese and using it when everything is falling apart is exactly what this episode is about. So, the basics first, quickly. 119 is for ambulance and fire. In Japanese, we say 119番. And 110, police. We say 110番. You'd expect 110番, but it's not. It's 110番. Worth knowing before you need to say it out loud. These two numbers are separate systems. In Japan, there's no one single number covers everything. So which you call matters. Let me clarify a few situations. Found a wallet? You don't need to call 110番. You just need to go to the nearest call bank. Had something suspicious happen? Got scammed? Or you think you're being stalked? You can walk directly into the nearest police station. If you happen to be involved in a car accident, first call 119番, ambulance, and 110番, police. Two more numbers. And I'll be honest, these two are not well known even among Japanese people. 7119. So you add 7, 7 in front of 119番. If you're not sure if you need to call an ambulance, then call this number first. A nurse helps you decide. But it's operated in Japanese, so it's useful when you can describe your basic symptoms in Japanese or if you have someone around you who can help you. 9110. Again, at 9, 9 in front of 110番. It's a non-urgent police consultation. Something happened, but it's not happening right now. Then save 110, 110番, for active emergencies. So, 119 for ambulance and fire, 110 for police, 7119 to check if you need an ambulance, 9110 for non-urgent police situations. Save these in your phone. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just screenshot it. Before we talk about what to say on the call, please check this right now, not during an emergency. If you're using a data-only SIM or plan from Japanese phone carrier, you cannot make any emergency phone call, neither 110 nor 119, period. By Japanese law, emergency services must be able to call you back and receive your location automatically using your phone line network system. It doesn't meet these requirements, so the call is blocked before it even connects. IP phone apps, those start with 050 numbers, or line call, line phone, yeah, they're same. They cannot reach emergency services either. So if you're on a data-only plan right now, ask your phone carrier and check whether your plan includes voice calls. This is the most important action that you can take right now from this episode. When you call, they ask, where are you? どこですか? どちらですか? 住所わかりますか? If you're at home, you should have no problem. Or if you're not sure about your home address, I recommend this. Write your name, address, emergency contacts, all those necessary information, write them down on business card size card and keep it in your wallet. You can use it as a cheat sheet or in case you become the one who fell down and you're carried to a hospital, then people in hospital try to find who you are. Maybe they can find your name, address from your driver's license or 在留カード, but it takes time to figure out your emergency contact. So having that small memo in your wallet is very helpful. If you want to know more, please check my previous episode. And when you're outside, here's what to do. If you're near a station, use the station name. 東京駅の近くです。大阪駅の近くです。And here's the most helpful tip. When you're outside on any random street, look for 電柱, a utility pole. In Japan, utility poles have exact address printed on them. The ward, the district, the street number. They're written in kanji with furigana. So if you can read hiragana, you'll be fine. So you're standing outside with no idea where you are, find a utility pole. And one more place you shouldn't forget is konbini. Just walk in, because each konbini has a branch name and with, of course, address, and at least there's someone, so you can just go there and ask for help. Here's what actually happens when you dial. A dispatcher answers in Japanese, for example, in 119, 119番です。火事ですか？救急ですか？119番です。火事ですか？救急ですか？119番です。火事ですか？救急ですか？火事です。救急です。That's your first job. One word, done. Then they'll ask for your location. It will be like, どこですか？どちらですか？住所、わかりますか？場所、わかりますか？ To answer it, you can use the framework that I just talked about. All of this is in the free cheat sheet for this episode, including the phrases we'll cover next. Download it from the link and QR code on screen. Now, here's something relieving. In Japan, you don't need to speak Japanese to make an emergency phone call. Here's how it actually works. When a dispatcher realizes that you need help in language, without hanging up, they can bring a professional interpreter into the call. So 3 people on the line at once. You, the dispatcher, and the interpreter. This runs 24 hours a day, and it's not even a Tokyo-only service. Over 93% of fire departments across Japan have it, and most offer 20 languages or more. But it takes 30 to 60 seconds to connect. During that time, the call may go silent. You might hear Japanese that you don't understand, and you might think, oh my God, something went wrong? But don't hang up. If you're not confident, just say your language. English in English is okay, but 英語でお願いします or Chinese, 中国語 Korean, 韓国語でお願いします One word. And while you're waiting, think about your location, because that'll be the first question you'll be asked by interpreter. If you can manage some Japanese and want to speed things up, 優しい日本語でお願いします。優しい日本語でお願いします。優しい日本語でお願いします。This phrase is useful in more situations than you think, and emergency calls are one of them. One more thing. After you connect, the dispatcher may send you an SMS message. You tap the link, and it opens a video call for both 110 and 119. If someone has collapsed and no pulse, the dispatcher can see that through your camera and guide you through CPR in real time, step by step, while help is on the way. But it only works when your SIM card can receive SMS message. That's the reason why you should check your phone plan. Sometimes you just need someone nearby to make the call for you. Say one of these to anyone around you. 助けてください。助けてください。119番お願いします。119番お願いします。110番お願いします。110番お願いします。救急車を呼んでください。救急車を呼んでください。警察を呼んでください。警察を呼んでください。My recommendation is just remember Ambulance is 救急車. Police is 警察. When you get panic, just say 警察お願いします. 救急車お願いします. Because in these situations, everyone gets panic. 3 things to do today, right now, while everything is fine. 1. Check your SIM, voice calls or data only, find out. 2. Write your home address and emergency contact in Japanese and put it in your wallet. 3. Save 119, 110, 7119, and 9110 in your phone. That's it. 3 things. Do them today. I'm Mariko, and this is Wanderlust Japanese, sharing real-life Japanese for adults navigating their life in Japan. ではまた。さようなら。